Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zack, and today I am driving a 1999 BMW M3. Up front is a 3.2 liter straight six, and down below is a 5-speed manual transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this E36 M3 for one main reason. I love these cars. I've reviewed several M3s of this generation. I've driven a lot of 3 Series of this generation. Lots of experience behind the wheel of an E36. And so it's no mystery that I already like them. However, when you get an opportunity to drive another one, you always say yes, and that's what I'm doing here today. But if you'd like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you'd like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month. But let's get back to that S52 under the hood. Well, when this generation debuted in 1992, it actually came with a 3-liter inline six, but they later upped it to the 3.2-liter S52, from the S50 to the S52. Funny enough, it actually didn't gain any horsepower from going up to the 3.2-liter. Both motors here in the United States made 240 horsepower. Now, in Europe, they actually got a better, slightly more powerful engine, but 240 is plenty. It's a light enough chassis where you don't need a whole lot. It's super rev happy, it's super linear, and it's just an outright blast to drive. Like I said, paired to it is a 5-speed manual transmission. It feels great. This does have a Dynon short throw shifter on it, which is giving me a little bit of pushback, but it's still a very confident transmission. Putting it into gear, you feel right at home. Just like that engine, it's wonderful. And the driving experience is what defines this car. Now, we always knew it would, but this is a driver's car through and through, and you feel that not only in the shifter, but your right and left foot. Last but not least, of course, the M3 is rear-wheel drive. So how does it feel to drive the M3, the E36 M3? It's glorious. It's one of the best driving cars, certainly of its era, but even more certainly of all time. Now, the E46 M3 I do think drives a little bit better. However, as long as you're behind the wheel of an M car, you're probably in a pretty good spot. Visibility's good, ride quality's okay, but it is on coilovers. This is an aftermarket suspension, so it doesn't ride quite like factory. Yeah, it's good. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I actually have 5 gauges. Off to the left is the fuel and speedometer, and off to the right is the tachometer, MPG gauge, as well as coolant temperature. On the steering wheel, we do have cruise control to the right. That's it. Very, very simple. It does have an airbag for 99. Off to the left, we do have a climate control vent and our headlight switch, as well as our fog light switch. And moving on to the door, we have the power mirrors and the latch to get in and out, but no power windows. Those are actually found elsewhere. Moving into the center, we get the cartoonishly large climate vent that is so synonymous with the E36. Anytime I see any in-car video from anything, I immediately know it's an E36 because of this gigantic vent. We do have an aftermarket radio. It's a Continental radio that actually fits the interior really, really well and updates it with like Bluetooth and things like that. Then we have our climate controls down below. Incredible to see dual zone climate back here in 1999, and especially in not an ultra luxury vehicle. Dual zone climate was not very common here, especially in this classification of car, so really, really nice to see that there. We also have this little information center down below. So we have different units. You can tell you the temperature, average speed, average MPG, clock and date, all of those goodies found down here. I love that BMW did this. Then we get a cubby, 12-volt outlet and ASC button, but eagle-eyed viewers might have noticed that this has a USB-C. Now, when this car came out in 1999, USB-C hadn't even been invented yet. I don't even know if USB had been invented yet. The owner, Alex, actually got this out of a new body style BMW X3. It bolted right up, mounted right up, plugged right in, and now he has a USB-C fast charger in his 99 M3. A cool little modification if you own one that you could possibly do. Then we have the shifter in the center. As I mentioned, dine-in short throw feels good. We have lock and unlock off to the left, as well as our window switches. So this is where the window switches are found in the M3. Very European. Then we do have some coin holders and a cup holder, so we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the E36 M3. And it unfortunately fails the big friggin' bottle test, but it has been holding a normal water bottle for me very, very easily today. Now the seats are comfortable. I love this M-colored design in them. I think that's a really, really nice touch. They are aggressive without being uncomfortable, which is a really, really hard thing to master, especially in sports seats, especially being a bigger fellow like myself. Normally, rigid bucket seats and I don't get along, but it's not the case here in the E36 M3, and I'm happy to report that. However, speaking of seats, we unfortunately for me do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, it is time to get into the back of the E36 M3. Pull up here on this lever. You can also power move it forward, which I am going to do to have any sort of prayer of fitting back here. The seats do look nice. And once we are in the back, it's not a horrible place to be. I have certainly been in worse back seats, and so it works. I'm back here, you know, if I put the seat into its normal position, it would have to come back quite a bit more as well, because it is a little close to the dash, but you can certainly make it work. I don't have any amenities or cup holders or anything like that. We do get an ashtray, so thank God for that at least, but no special attributes back here to mention. There you go. It's the back seat of an E36 M3. Let's hop into the back. We'll take a quick look at the trunk and cargo space, and then we'll talk about the looks. Right around the back of the E36 M3, and you get this nice big chunky button. I always love these on M3s. Once we are back here, nothing really crazy to write home about. It's a pretty standard trunk for a coupe of this size. Doesn't blow me away. Now, they did make an E36 in a wagon over in Europe, and I actually have a review of that. So if you'd like to see a bigger back E36, then that video is for you. But here is the standard trunk of an M3 from 1999. There you go. Now we gotta talk about the looks. And I do think this is one of the prettiest generations of the M3. I like how handsome it is. It's not overstyled nor understyled. It's very reserved in a classy and dignified way. And I think this is the biggest thing you'll notice, or at least biggest change you'll notice from modern BMW. This car isn't trying to make a statement, it's not trying to wow you, it just looks simple, honest, and good, and you can't really complain about that. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving an E36 M3? Yet another, because I have filmed several of them. Well, there's a reason I keep coming back to this car. It looks nice, sure. It's got a stick shift. Yeah, it's a BMW. That's cute. But the reason I come back to the E36 time and time again is just the way that it drives. It's not relying on turbochargers. It doesn't feel overqualified. It doesn't feel underqualified for the job at hand. It revs and revs and revs, probably more than I need it to or even want it to. It has a really solid power band. There's no mystery. There's no surprises. There's no waiting for X, Y, or Z to spool up. And cars like that start to feel like an extension of yourself. They start to feel like a big suit of armor rather than an automobile from afar. This car, when I drive it, when I feel it, when I experience it, I feel at one with it. And I know that sounds dumb, stupid, or lame, but it's the truth. You start to blend where the flesh stops and where the metal starts. It's this amazing bonding experience that isn't captured in many vehicles here today. Because yes, they still make the M3, and yes, it's very fast, and yes, it's very good, but it's turbocharged. You gotta kind of rely on a breathing tube to make the power that's desired. Some of them are all-wheel drive, which is great and make them dailyable, but there's some spirit that is lost with the all-wheel drive system. All-wheel drive almost feels like cheating at some points. This is a simple rear-wheel drive NA manual car. And if you want pure driving feel, if you want a pure driving experience, it's hard to do much better than the E36 M3. Of course, the E46 M3, but it kind of goes back to the saying of, when you shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. And that's how I feel about this car. Whether you want an E46, E36, even a 325i, even a 318 ain't too shabby. It's just so wonderful. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Alex for letting me borrow his M3 for today's video. We've been trying to set up this video for a very long time, and I'm so appreciative that we finally made it happen. Alex has been not only a long-term help to the channel. I reviewed one of his Mercedes way back in the day before I really even knew how to do videos, but he's been an even better friend over the years, and I am so appreciative of him. I'm appreciative of his M3 and the opportunity he gave me here today. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.